Imagination fruit. What do you see?
Just going for it.
Okay.
And feel free to like move my hand. I'm just trying to keep it open.
Thank
But
you. Thank
yeah,
you.
if something that's like, okay, what's under this hand?
Well, first off, I'm very distracted by the beauty of this picture instead of trying to find any important meaning behind it. I think so. Beauty. Maybe I should go with beauty, perhaps. Okay. Okay. So, beauty. This is perfect. There's a lot of beauty in the world. Beauty comes in a lot of different forms. It can be visual, it can be beautiful taste, a beautiful sound, a beautiful smell, a beautiful feel. There's lots of ways to draw beauty through the senses, and we can interpret beauty in different ways. Sometimes beauty is relative to cultures or people. What could be beautiful to one person might not be beautiful to another person. And oftentimes, I think we see beauty not just in the form of, I think we oftentimes see beauty in the form of what is right in front of us, visible. So, for instance, these gals, these elfin gals, have are dressed quite nicely. They're dressed quite nicely. This one I would almost say represents a sense of royalty a little bit more than this lady does, just due to the style of her outfit there. I mean, she seems like has a little bit more elegance, a little bit more regalness, a little bit more well-to-do, whereas this gal seems to have a little bit more peasant-type clothing, maybe a little apron here and so forth. This gal seems to represent people who are driven more towards outward beauty, towards riches, and I say that not only does she look more beautiful, but this helmet's really what's drawing me. Oftentimes we idolize earthly beauty as our form of something that is desirable. Sometimes we see kind of almost to the point of idolizing it as our knight in shining armor, so to speak. So here's where I'm getting at with this. This gal, who I'm kind of going along for more the peasant, more humble sort of thing, she's got this, what I'm going to say, this guy on her apron. And so, sometimes you wear your heart on your sleeve. You've heard of that term, where you kind of carry with you what you value and what you treasure. And so I see this person as treasuring, having that sense of humility and other virtues, not treasuring earthly things as riches and elegance as much, but more so treasuring the beauty that she finds in, let's say, her relationship with God. She wears her love with God on her, well, this isn't a sleeve, but if you kind
Surface.
And this like, it's almost like she has pushed off God's love and care for her. Just, God can be our knight in shining armor, right, of sorts. And so she's just kind of like pushed him off to the side, and herein lies his kind of empty helmet of sorts, just kind of by the wayside. And here she's really utilized, or really taken to heart and to her own self, God's love for her and care for her.
Alrighty. Are you satiated? Is it my go?
You go for it,
Okay.
yeah.
So, before today, me and Adele actually were at Sherry's like a week or two ago, and we pulled this book out and we went through like 6 or 7 of them. And I just finished my Tree of Creativity like not too long ago, so it's still like very fresh in my mind. So I'm just kind of giggling at that, and I'm sorry if this gets annoying. Like, no, I've heard the tree too much, but so
It's funny. It's bringing back memories. Yeah. Trees.
trees. So
I didn't even see the trees until now. No.
where'd those come from?
Moment. Wow, there's trees.
So there's Waldo. Oh.
Good.
So these two actresses are just symbolic of creative individuals. This one is going to be C.S. Lewis, and this one's going to be Tolkien. And it's like this is all Tolkien. No, I'm sorry. This is all C.S. Lewis's trees of creativity. This is all Tolkien's trees of creativity. And it's like this is Narnia. This is Middle Earth, but they're unfinished. And so I don't remember who all the players were, but these two for sure were in like this book club thing, and they would like bounce ideas off each other. So it's like in this moment, they're just presenting singular ideas.
Nice.
Yeah. It was like, check it out, I think Aslan's gonna be a lion. It's like, my goodness, I'm gonna have giant eagles, and I'm gonna have ringwraiths, and they don't die, but somehow good guys still win in the end. And like,
Nice.
this is just a really cool, like, hey, what are you doing Saturday? Let's have a creative tea time.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that in the forest of trees.
Yeah, in the
That's
forest of
beautiful.
trees, yeah. Wow, that was really good for me.
That was a good one.
And, like,
Nicely done.
Pleasures and flutters, and like wrist is still pretty warm, and I don't know, it's all sorts of good going on.
Wow. Awesome. It's a good one.
That was a good
Nicely
one.
done.
Thank you.
While setting up.
Pushing all the wrong buttons.